Hello, everyone. This is Danya, the Powerful Biz Woman. Thank you so much for tuning into the Powerful Biz Chat Live. I am so excited to be here with you today. And today we are going to learn about how to protect your business brand. And I am Danya Zimmerman, the Powerful Biz Woman. And this is the ultimate business conversation with the Powerful Biz Woman. And I am so happy for you to be here with me. And I am so sorry. I thought I had everything plugged up and together. I apologize for starting late, but I was having some, you know how it is with technical difficulties and everything. So I'm just going to put one light on because it's kind of dark in here. So if you can just bear with me for a moment, and you will get to see my beautiful face a little brighter. And I'm excited about this topic. We were supposed to have an attorney friend of mine on, but she had a family emergency, so she wasn't able to come on. But she's going to come on again another day. But I still, have to, the show must go on, and we have to be ready no matter what is happening, no matter what goes on. Let me fix the lighting here. All right, that's a little, oh yeah, there we go. So we are going to be talking about how to legally protect your brand from being stolen. And today we're going to focus on intellectual property law. We're going to focus on trademark. That's the most important thing that we're going to focus on. And I wanted to share my screen because I have a dear friend of mine named LaConya Murray. She's a trademark attorney, and she has some valuable information, talking about when you trade, how to protect your brand and how to trademark. So she does a lot. This is basically what she does. She works with individuals, businesses, entrepreneurs, and teach them and show them how to trademark their brand. That's the most important thing she does. So I'm going to give you some information, and I would recommend that after you take this, informational course, educational course with me, you give LaConya Murray a call. I also have a friend named LaTanya Moore who also does trademark. So I want to just share a little tidbit information. And LaConya Murray, she has on YouTube, she has her Murray's Law. If you subscribe to that, she does a lot of information. She talks a lot about how to protect your brand. That's basically all she does is trademark and copyright. And I just wanted to share one of her videos with you that she has done, and to give you a background on how important it is to trademark your brand. And you should, I think you should check her out. It's very important to check her out. Wait a minute, let me see what's going on. Here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. And this is LaConya Murray. And as you can see, that's all she does. If you subscribe to her YouTube page, Murray's Law, she will give you valuable information because she's wonderful with what she does. She has this wonderful book. But I just wanted to share this video with you on where she talks about what does your trademark protect. And hopefully it'll come up. Let's give it a few minutes. If you can just bear with me.
Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. How are you? I'm awesome. I am your host, attorney LaConya Murray, the owner and founder of Off the Mark IP Solutions, where we help clients throughout the United States protect their brands through trademarks, copyrights, and patents. Happy Friday. Didn't I say that?
So
I wanted to jump on and talk to you all about some things today for Murray's Law. The question is, and basically, what does my trademark cover? Like, why do I need a trademark, and what's the extent of my protection? That is the Murray's Law question. First of all, as I always tell you, trademarks protect brand identifiers, right? And that's that thing that identifies the source of a good or a service. Hey, how you doing, Nikisha? But they're like, why? Okay, what does that mean? Imagine building a brand, right? And you're putting your money into the brand. You're putting your time into the brand. You've built up this great following. People know you. They love you. They say, "Oh my gosh, the jewelry you're making is so amazing. Oh my gosh, your marketing services are so amazing, and we want to work with you, right?" And you have this trade name, and people know this trade name, and they associate with you. That's awesome, right? Now let's say someone says, "You know what? I want to get in the jewelry making business. I want to get in the marketing business. I'm going to pick a name, and they choose a name that's very similar to yours. If it's not the same, it's very similar. So now you have people who know about you, and they know about you because either they've come in contact with you personally, they've seen your billboards, your ads, they've seen your Facebook Lives, they've connected with you, or maybe it's a referral. Maybe someone says, "You know what? That jewelry over there is really good," or "She is the bomb marketer," maybe something of that nature. So now, okay, they're on the hunt. They're looking for you, and they're Googling and trying to find you, and what pops up? This other business. Now what? So if it wasn't for trademarks, you wouldn't have any remedy for this other business that's popping up in your same or related field using your same or similar name. But because of trademarks, you're able to say, "Hey, you know what? I need you to stop. I need you to move on. I need you to rebrand." I had a conversation earlier today with someone, as a matter of fact, because they were infringing on my client's brand, and it was very sad because she said, "I've been using this for so long," but my client was too, and she actually filed a registered trademark, so this person is going to have to rebrand. But trademarks allow you to prevent other people who are in the same or related field from using a mark that's same or similar to you. Some people get confused and they say, "Oh, if I get this trademark, nobody's going to be able to use this mark. Like they're just going to take this word and just like take it out the dictionary, and now this is mine. I'm keeping it in my pocket to use when I want to use." That's not how that works. That's right. You get that trademark, but that's not how this works, right? So you only have protection for your protection is limited to those names that are same or similar, or in the same or related field, right? So let's see. Trying to give an example. Okay, let's say somebody's in the cosmetic field, right? Maybe they do shampoos. They do shampoos and conditioners, and someone comes up with the same or similar name, and they do body butter. They do maybe lip balm. They're not the same, but they are related because they're all in that same health and beauty field. Like you would be able to say, "Hey, other brand, we will hear first." Now there are some exceptions, and that exception is if you have a famous mark. And typically it takes a while, years for brands to become famous, and they do that by time, money, visibility. Like how many people really know about this brand? Like if you walk into a country that doesn't speak English, are they going to know what those golden arches mean? And the answer is yes. So that's a famous mark. Those people don't have to worry about claiming similarly confusing marks in order to have them dismissed. They can just say it's going to dilute my brand, and there you go. That's why you wouldn't find like a Coca-Cola shoe company. Even though Coca-Cola doesn't make shoes, Coca-Cola is a famous mark. And I'm sure if someone tried to file a trademark for Coca-Cola in a shoe, even as anything other than beverages, they would be all on it. So that is our Murray Law for today. Your trademark is limited. Your trademark protection allows you to exclude others that are using the same or similar, and that's very important. Same or similar, because some people say, "Oh well, my Kings is spelled with a Z and theirs is spelled with an S." That's not how that works. it sounds the same, it looks the same, even though it's spelled different. So it's similar, right? And sometimes similarities aren't even something like spelling like that. Maybe there's a word missing, or maybe there's one word added. That's still similar. When people see it, they're going to get the same impression. Another thing I want to say about trademarks: stop using these generic names, right? Stop using names that are not unique, that everybody and their mama is using them, but you want to register it as a trademark to beat everybody to the punch, because you think if you're going to be able to stop everybody else from using that trademark. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. So you want something that when someone sees that name, they think of you. Think of some of the most famous names of brands that we've seen in a while. What do they have in common? They are unique. So you yeah, I did. We walked through that. That's part of the whole process in Keisha's getting your trademark is, and we look what happened as a result. We have an amazing name like the Tinkerbot. I'm still in love with that. Like it's so perfect, right? And you teach people what that is. Like Apple had to teach people that they were selling computers, that they were into this industry. Disney. That was his last name, but what is a Disney?
Microsoft.
Right? Microsoft. What is a Microsoft? Dairy Queen. Some of these brands, you have to be creative and teach people, just like in life, you teach people how to deal with you and treat you. Through your whole branding and everything. You teach people about what you are and who you are. So a lot of people think that branding is just your logo and your trade name and colors and things like that, and your cute little headshots. But that's not what that is at all. That is just the outside layer. Your brand is actually everything. It's what you provide. It's the promise that you make to people, what they can expect from you. And that's what brings people to you. They can recognize that promise and that product or service because of the outside, right? Because just how people know, me from you because of how I look. That's the same thing with a brand. People know one brand from another by the way they look, but they know what to expect from that brand because of the brand promise, what they've been taught, the interaction that they've had, the recommendations, and referrals. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me. We'll be back next Friday, probably about the same time, 1 o'clock, I think works. Have a great weekend.
I just wanted to share that with you. And LaKanya Murray is an amazing person to have as an attorney. Leroy, do you still hear the echo? I hope you don't, because I was just trying to show it. Hello. All right, so
another Ask Me Thursday. My name is.
So I wanted to share that tidbit with you to give you a little more understanding of what trademark is. Like your brand, like LaKanya Murray said, your brand name should be unique and creative. And a lot of people think that your brand is just your logo, your name. No, your brand is everything you bring to your audience. It's what your audience expects from you. It's what your audience wants from you. So, that's why I wanted to show that video. And I'm going to show another video. But as you can see, I've been doing my research. LaKanya Murray is a great attorney to really work with, and LaTanya Moore. With LaKanya Murray, she's amazing. And I wanted to share, information with you. Why it's important to trademark. What is trademark? So the first thing I want to tell you is what trademark is. A trademark is a sign capable of distinguishing you from your competitors. Your goods and services of one enterprise from those of other enterprises. And trademarks are protected by intellectual property rights. And with a trademark, what rights do a trademark registration provide? A trademark registration will give you an exclusive right to the use of a registered trademark. So what it means is that once you trademark your name, your brand, your business brand, that means it's you. It distinguishes you. So when you trademark, you're putting notice out to the world that this is me, this is my brand, this is what I represent. And a trademark is not just your name. Like LaKanya Murray said, Trademarks, it consists of your logo, your drawings, your symbols, things like that. It also, like if you sell perfume, it could be your fragrances. Like if you sell clothes, it could be the colors that you use. So anything that kind of matches your brand can be trademarked. But like she said, don't just trademark generic words or generic sayings or stuff like that. When it comes to your brand, you want to trademark, make your brand unique, make it unique and make it your own. And when you trademark it, you got to go through the U.S. patented, the U.S. Office of Patent and Trademark if you want to have it protected throughout the United States. And also it's important for you to put a notice out there. And I know in Maryland, through the State Department of Assessment and Taxation, you can put out an application like a trade name or doing business ads. But if you have not, I repeat, if you have not legally protected your business right now, it's time for you to go ahead and do that. I recommend LaTanya Moore. She's a good attorney. So I'm going to put the two attorneys I know in there, and you decide which one you want to use. LaConya, and the funny thing is their names are kind of rhymes like with mine. LaConya Murray, they are both great trademark attorneys. So you choose which one, and they're all over social media. But if you need their information, just contact me and I'll give you their information. But these two young ladies are amazing. They know what they're doing. And if you need, I met another attorney who was supposed to be on today. She's amazing too. We had a chat. So I'm gonna have them all on. Believe me, I'm gonna have them all on to discuss. So LaConya Murray, if you go to her website, offthemarksolutions.com, LaConya Murray's and the thing I like about her and LaTanya is that their websites are amazing. Her website is offthemarkipsolutions.com. So this lets you know that I do my due diligence to make sure what I'm telling you is advisable. And she has a blog where she actually writes down information about how to trademark your stuff. Like she has an actual blog that says the federal trademark process. And I think it was a wonderful read. And when you're doing the federal trademark process, this is where you let the world know, United States, the world know that this is your brand and you're unique with it. And she says that the first thing you need to do before you trademark your name on a federal or state level is you got to do a clearance search. So you have to search to make sure that it's called the Federal Trademark Clearance Search. And if you go on her website, she has this actual blog right here that I'm using, and it's the federal trademark process, an overview. So these are the type of individuals. When I talk about business dream team, you want individuals like LaConya Murray and LaTanya Moore who provide you information. That's what you want. You want an attorney who will provide you the information you need, who's willing to share that information with you. And this lets you know that they know their stuff. This lets you know that they know what they're doing. They know their stuff. And you want to hire them. So the first step, she says, is that you have to do a federal trademark clearance search. So that is step one when you decide to trademark. Step one is to do a federal clearance search. And this is in her blog. And you are seeking to protect your brand name, your logo, both. This step is very important, she says. Not all intended trademarks can be registered. Some trademarks are not registered, and that includes trademarks that merely describe the goods or services you offer, are confusingly similar, or cause a likelihood of confusion with a previously registered trademark. And I think this happened to, if I'm not mistaken, this happened to Kim Kardashian when it came to one of her products. The logo was similar to another logo, And so she couldn't trademark it because it was too close to this logo. So you have to be careful. When you are creating your brand and everything, you don't want your brand to be confused with another brand. So I'm going to write this. So the first thing you want to do is, that's why you got to do that clearance search, because you don't want your brand to be confused with another brand. So that's why step one that LaConya Murray says is federal trademark clearance, because you want to make sure that your brand and your logo are not similar to someone else's brand. I don't care if it's a country in Russia and you're in America. You got to realize that even though you are different countries, because of technology, because of the wonderful web, the internet, people do business with people from all over the world. So if your brand and your logo, your brand name is similar to someone else's, you may have to come up with another logo and another brand. So that's why it's important for you to do the federal trademark clearance search. And let me clarify, I'm just giving you educational information that you take with you when you go to a LaTanya Moore or LaConya Murray to discuss your trademark. Don't try to do your own trademark. Get with these attorneys and let them help you. So the first thing is, you don't want your brand to be confused with another brand. That's the most important thing. You don't want your brand to be confused with another brand. So that's why you do that clearance search. That's very important, that you don't want your brand to be like another brand. And then with this trademark clearance search, it's a thorough examination of all registered, pending, and unregistered trademark. So when you do the clearance search, you're making sure that no one else has a trademark registration with your same name, same logo, same how you same phrase. Because some people will trademark a phrase like Nike, just do it. They will trademark that. So you want to make sure that nobody else has your name. Like when Beyonce tried to trademark her daughter Blue Ivy's name, she wasn't allowed to trademark it because there was another company that had the name Blue Ivy, and they had already trademarked that name. So that's what this process does. And in this step, you'll find out if your desired trademark is identical or confusing similar to another. So during this process, you going to make sure that no one else has already trademarked that name, that logo, or that phrase, and you want to make sure that it's not similar to someone else's, trademark. And trademarks protect you as a brand owner by prohibiting other people from using a same or similar trademark as yours to sell their own goods or services. So the number one reason why you want to trademark is because trademark makes sure no one else can use that name. I'm just typing. To sell goods or services. So that's why it's very important for you to trademark your name, because someone else can sell, if you don't have a trademark, someone else can use that name and they can turn around and trademark it. So you have to be very careful. And then step number 2 that LaConya Murray says you have to do, step number 2, and I'm telling you, look on her website. Once you do that clearance and it's clear that no one has your word, your phrase, your logo, or your brand name, it's good you can apply for your trademark. And that's why it's important for you to hire an attorney. That's why I keep telling you, you need to have an attorney on your business dream team, because you can't do this yourself. You cannot, just looking at this process, I will be in contact with one of these attorneys to make sure I can trademark everything, because just looking at this process and doing my research, it's a lot. So what she says for applying for your trademark, it's important to know and understand this going in. It costs money to trademark your name. And not all trademark applications will be approved, and the application fees are non-refundable. And the U.S. patent, the United States Patent and Trademark Office charges between $250 to $350 to trademark your name. So the cost to trademark your name for trademark application is $200 to $250. So you gotta pay to protect your brain. Like they tell you, you gotta pay to win. You gotta pay to win or play to win. I say you gotta pay to win, and it's very important. It's very important for you to understand this. And it kind of saddens me that a lot of people don't really want to get with an attorney or talk to someone like me on how to protect your brand. They just want to go all willy-nilly out there. So the cost for trademark application is $250 to $350. And sometimes your application may be rejected. But don't get discouraged. That's what an attorney's for. Because sometimes we try to do stuff on our own, and then that's when it costs more money for the attorney to fix your problems, because you'll try to do the trademark application yourself and say, "Oh, I can spend $250. Why pay an attorney $1,500 to do this for me, and I do it myself?" And then you try to do it yourself, and you didn't fill out the trademark application correctly. You didn't follow an instruction. And then what happens is your trademark application gets rejected because you didn't fill it out correctly. So you need to be very careful. That's why you want to get with an attorney who has trademark experience, who has filed trademark applications, that have been successful, because you don't want your application to get rejected. And so that's what she says. And then the final price may increase depending on how many international classes you apply for your trademark under. So how many things you want to trademark. And then what she says, one important thing I noticed she says in her blog is, as such, each application will require a specification of class. It is important to properly identify your class. So what I'm taking from this, when she talks about your class, I think that's each thing that you want to trademark, like your logo is a class, your word phrase is a class, and all of that. And another thing she says, it's also important to submit the proper specimen with your application. The specimen is simply a sample of your trademark. So when they talk about specimen on the trademark application, that is a sample of your trademark. Like if you're going to, say if I'm going to, when I trademark the Ultimate Biz Consultants, I have to send them a picture of it. If I want to trademark my logo, I have to send them a picture of it. And a sufficient specimen will show your mark being used in commerce associated with the goods or services identified in your application. An example of proper specimens for goods include packaging, label or tags for the goods, sales displays, web pages. Oh, I didn't know that. That's something new. So when you want to trademark your name, you can give them web pages selling products. Proper specimens for services includes ads, marketing materials, business signs, business cards, invoices. Oh, so that's what specimens. So when you are doing your application, you have to provide specimens. So I'm learning a lot myself. Specimens of your brand, of your business brand, includes your website page, marketing. I'm telling you, that's why you need to hire someone like LaConya Murray. Marketing materials, because I didn't even know this. Business cards, and this has your logo and everything on it. Business cards, invoices, and like Facebook ads, any ads. And I'm wondering, I need to ask her, I'm wondering if your social media content also would be part of that. Like when you do your social media postings, like your daily affirmations, or when you announce that you're having your show. I wonder if, like, if I say the Ultimate Business Conversation will be on and I create my Facebook ads, I think I'm gonna ask her about that to see if that would be included, because that seems that it would be included. So when you do your application, when they're talking about specimens, you need to provide proof of the brand that you are using, like on your website page, marketing materials, business cards, invoices, and ads. And then once you complete your application, make sure you choose an appropriate specimen. Otherwise, the United States Patent and Trademark Office will issue an office action delaying the process. So if you don't have a proper specimen, with your application will be delayed. So this is some good information. Then phase 2, the waiting period. Now that your application has been submitted, you can actually electronically file your application. You are in a waiting period, and it's not a long period. You will be doing a lot while waiting. You will be given a serial number. So you'll be given the serial number so you can check on your application. But you have to be patient. And that's why you hire an attorney to do this for you, because they will help you with this process. They will make this process easy for you, and it takes a while. And it usually lasts 6 to 8 months. The application process, LaConya says, lasts 6 to 8 months. So you're going to be in a waiting period. So you're going to be waiting, but at least you're putting people on notice that they cannot take your brand. You're letting them know that, hey, I have filed an application with the trademark, the United States Patent and Trademark Office. So that puts them on notice that they cannot use this brand at all. They cannot use your name. They cannot use your word phrase. They cannot use your logo. So the serial number is for you to check on your trademark application. The application process lasts about 3 to 6 months. And also, that with everything that happened with the pandemic and all, the process may take a little longer because they may not have a lot of employees in the United States Patent and Trademark Office. And the place that you go to check on the status of your application is called the Trademark Status and Document Retrieval. So trademark status and document retrieval places where you are going to put your serial number to check on the status of your application. And this is and I'm telling you, if you go on her website, she has all of this wonderful information, and it actually gets you through the process. So you'll go to the trademark status and document retrieval to check on the status of your application. And then there's the phase 3. They call this the review process. The waiting period ends when your application is assigned to an examining attorney. So an attorney will be examining your application. And let me put the United So you'll know where your application. This is where you file your application when you want to put the whole world on notice that that this is your trademark. Put your name, your word phrase, logo, and no one can use it at all. So it's called the United States Patent and Trademark Office to file your trademark. And this lets the whole world, United States, know that this is your brand, this is your name, and it's covered. So in the waiting period, your application will be assigned to an examining attorney. At this time, it will move on to the review process. So an examining attorney at the examining attorney will review your application to make sure it's okay. And they want to make sure you're not doing anything shady or stuff like that. So the next phase is an examining attorney will review your application. And what the examining attorney will do will make sure all trademark rules are being followed and that your desired trademark is not violating someone else's trademark rights. So this attorney, examining attorney, will ensure that all rules are being followed with the pending trademark and no one else, and not what they call it, and not violating. This is a lot of valuable information. Not violating someone else's trademark rights. That's why you need an attorney. That's why I keep telling you. You know, the Ultimate Biz Consultants, we will give you everything you need. We know attorneys. We don't just educate you on how to do this stuff. We'll give you the people on your business dream team. So the examining attorney from the United States Patent and Trademark Office will ensure that all rules are being followed with the pending trademark and not violating someone's trademark rights. So they will make sure that your application is legitimate. I'm just putting this on Facebook as well. So they want to make sure you're following the rules. So they want to make sure that your application, you know, is legitimate. That's what they want to make sure, that it's legitimate and you're not doing it to violate. And then they have what you call, and if they find out that some issues of your application, you will receive an official letter from an office action. And this is phase 4. The office action means that the examining attorney found some issues with your application. And it might be that you may not have provided a proper specimen. It may be that your desired mark is identical or similar to another person's mark, or maybe even that your mark is too descriptive. But whatever the reason, you have only 6 months to respond and address the problem. If you do not respond within a lot of time, your application will be abandoned. And also, she put in here, beginning in 2023, the United States Patent and Trademark Office is shortening the allowable time to reply. So starting next year, you only have 6 months 3 months to reply to a letter from the action letter. That's what they call it, office action letter. So if you receive an office action letter, you need to get with your attorney right away. Like if it's like you didn't provide the proper specimen, what you need to do is you need to get with your attorney who did your application. You may have to pay additional fees, and they will help you through the process. That's why you don't want to file a trademark application on your own. You want to have an attorney like LaTanya Moore or LaConya Murray do the paperwork. I would rather pay them a certain amount up front than come to them after I done filed the application on my own trying to be cheap and and then I have to pay more money because they have to straighten out my mess. That's what attorneys try to tell you. Don't come to me when you did something on your own and you messed up, and now I have to try to straighten out your mess. Come to me beforehand. So if you do get that letter, and they've done your application for you, and you do get that letter from the office of, office action, from, the trademark office, you want to get with them and pay them that extra money. It doesn't hurt. I would rather pay what I need to pay to protect my brand than for someone to steal it. So the next phase is publication. And with publication, you are one step closer to the finish line. You have almost conquered the federal trademark process. And this is only if you get someone like LaTonya Murray or LaTonya Moore to do this for you. If you do not receive an office action letter, or if you overcome the objections contained within the office action letter, your contract will be approved for publication in official gazette. So if you have passed, you have done what you needed to do, say you got an office action letter and you fixed all the issues within your trademark application, the next step is you will be approved for publication in the Artificial Gazette. And I guess that's something that deals with the trademark, the U.S. Trademark and Patent Office. So once you do that, once you, all the issues, office action letter, you fix all the issues within your trademark application. Next step, you'll be approved for the publication in the Official Gazette. And remember that if you receive a letter from the office action letter, you receive an office action letter saying there's a problem with your application, you only have 6 months to respond. And that's when you get with your attorney. But starting in 2023, you will only have 3 months to respond. So that's why it's important for you to have an attorney. Only 3 months to respond. You only have 3 months to respond. So that's important to know. So I wanted to share that with you. So if you get that office action letter, you only have 6 months to respond. But in 2023, you will only have 3 months to respond. So you're going to have to respond right away. And that's why it's important for you to get an attorney to help you. And check out the chat, because I have in the chat I have put LaTonya Murray's information and LaTonya Moore. So once you get that publication with the Official Gazette, the Official Gazette is a publication of the United States Patent and Trademark Office, which runs weekly. Once your trademark is published, parties will have 30 days to object or oppose the registration of your mark. So once it gets in the Official Gazette, once it's in the Official Gazette, they put it in there as a notice to other people that you are going to trademark. You have a trademark application for your name or for this word phrase, or for your logo. So once it's in the Official Gazette, people have 30 days to object. $30 days to object to it. So they have 30 days to object to your trademark application. So they have 30 days. Once in the Artificial Gazette, which is the weekly publication of the United States Patent and Trademark Office, putting people on notice that someone has filed a trademark application, they have 30 days to object to it or request an extension of time to oppose. If you filed your trademark as a in use commerce under Section 1A and no one objects or an opposition or is not successful, your mark will move on to the final review. And I don't know what Section 1A or Section 1B. That's why it's important to have an attorney talk to you about that part. And another thing is the opposition period. Say someone files an opposition. What happens if someone files an opposition to your application? So we need to figure out what happens if someone files an opposition to your application. So if someone files an opposition to your application, they will actually do a hearing, and it will be heard during a hearing before the Trademark Trial and Appeal Board. That's why you need an attorney. That's what I'm telling you. Get you an attorney, because this is a lot of process. And this phase is best handled by a trademark attorney who is familiar with the Trademark Trial and Appeal Board proceedings. And this hearing will be heard before an administrative panel. You can, do this phase, but this phase is adversarial, although you and opposing party may be able to reach an agreement that suits both brands. If no opposition is filed, if an opposition is unsuccessful, or you come to an agreement with the opposing party, your application will move to the next final review phase. But you want to have an attorney, because if someone files an opposition and you have to go in front of someone, it's like a trial. So you want to have an attorney to help you with this, and just pay the money. Just do what you need to do to protect your brand. And the final phase, phase 7, is notice of allowance. With an intent to use trademark, the examining attorney will issue a notice of allowance approximately 8 weeks after the publication phase ends. A notice of allowance gives the applicant 6 months to submit proof that the apply for trademark is being used in commerce. So this is the phase where you have to prove that you're actually using this trademark. And if you are using your trademark in commerce, meaning their goods or services are available in more than one state, you have to file a statement of use. If the trademark is not being used in commerce, you must request an extension. Submitted during the app must show the mark being used in commerce. So you must be selling your goods and services before you can trademark. You can't just trademark something. And the filing fee for either a statement of use or a petition for an extension is about $125. And when you talk about per class, you're talking about each item, like your brand name, logo, your word phrase that you want to trademark. And you will be allowed to file an extension every 6 months up to 5 times. So you can file, and when your statement of use is accepted, you are ready for the final phase. So you have to file a statement of use, letting people know that your brand that you're filing So you have to provide proof that you are selling goods and services. So it's very important that you do this one part. Very important. You got to let them know that you're using it for commerce. Is being used in commerce to sell goods and services. And then their final phase is this phase. You deserve a dance break, that LaConya says. Your trademark has made it to registration. That means your trademark is officially protected. During the registration phase, it means that your trademark is officially protected. So once you go through, it's like 8 steps. And so once you get to step 8, means so once you go through these phases, it means that your trademark is officially protected. So registration phase means your trademark is officially registered and protected. And that's why within 2 weeks of an acceptance of your statement of use, the United States Patent and Trademark Office will issue an official registration certificate. And that means barring other people from using that trademark. Registration is only the beginning. Now that you are protected, you must be diligent in keeping would-be infringers off your trademark. You must also maintain your trademark with the United States Patent and Trademark Office. And if you fail to maintain it, your trademark will be canceled or expired. And I think a trademark normally lasts for like 6 to 8 years. But you want to check with an attorney to make sure how long does a trademark last. So I just wanted to give you just a snippet of it. We're going to continue to talk about this. Next week, I'm going to tell you what are the types of trademarks that you can use. But I just wanted to go through the process of the steps that you have to take when it comes to trademark your name. And I want to give you the source that I use, because I do my due diligence and I also give credit to people. I try not to steal other people's work, try not to infringe on their trademark. This is a blog from LaKanya Murray's The Federal Trademark Process, an overview. And if you go to offthemarkipsolutions.com, she has it up there. And I'm telling you, you need to get with her because she knows her stuff. The source that I use, here's my source. It's called the Federal. I do not like to infringe on other people's hard work. Process. And this is by LaKanya Murray. She gives an overview of the process. And this is just an overview. She's not going to give you anything. By attorney. This is what I use. And you can get it at Off the Mark IP Solutions.com/blog. And you would want to have a little chat with her. She'll have a discovery session with you. And this is the source that I use for this. And I'm going to put it on Facebook too. The source that I use. And I was just giving you a general overview. It's called the Federal Trademark and it's a good read by. So I hope this was very helpful for you. And I hope that you take this seriously. Reach out to my friend LaKanya Murray and just tell her that, hey, Danya gave an overview and she talked highly of you, and just let her know that I referred you for the trademark because she is very good. And I also have other people like LaTanya Moore. She's a good trademark attorney. So get with either LaKanya Murray or LaTanya Moore. If you need their contact information, reach out to me and I can give it to you. And if you are an individual who is still standing on the fence about why do I need to hire a trademark attorney, you can get with my crew, the Bankrupt Proof Your Biz, and we'll do a checkup. And we'll do a 20-minute consultation with you. And all you got to do is go to www.ultimatebizconference/contact us. I'll go to bit.ly/UBCC Connect to set up your 20-minute biz checkup. And we'll look at your stuff and tell you why you need to get with LaKanya Murray or LaTanya Moore. And subscribe to our blog. because we're always talking about the legal and financial aspects of being in business. Just go to our website, www.ultimatebizconference.com, and hit the subscription button and sign up for our monthly blog, and check out our products, what we have, because we have the Bankrupt Proof Your Biz box. And we're going to have information like this in there for you. We're going to have, attorneys' contact information in there for you. And also subscribe to our YouTube page, whereas you can get the replay, because I am on Facebook, LinkedIn. You can catch these on LinkedIn and YouTube. And the wonderful thing about YouTube, if you couldn't catch the live Ultimate Business Conversation, you can go to YouTube. So just go to bit.ly/YouTube and be one of our subscribers, because we have some amazing. We're on every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. But if you can't tune in, you can just catch the replay on YouTube. So again, this is Danya Zimmerman, the Powerful Biz Woman. Thank you so much for tuning into the Ultimate Business Conversation with me, the Powerful Biz Woman, and the grown woman, Alina Lopez Thomas. I'm so happy that you joined us. Make sure that you come back next Wednesday, because next Wednesday we are going to be talking about the different types of trademark that you can use. I just wanted to give you a general overview. So this is going to be like a couple of weeks where we're going to talk about, the trademark, the different types of trademarks, and how trademarks protect you. So thank you so much for tuning into the Ultimate Biz Conversation. And we will see you next Wednesday at 8 p.m. And we're still going to be talking about trademarking, but we're going to talk about the different types of trademarks. And then after that, we're going to talk about copyright, because trademark and copyright are not the same. And a lot of people think it's the same, but it's not. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. Love you guys. I've really enjoyed this. I learned a lot. And don't forget to contact LaTanya Murray or LaTanya Moore to get that trademark application done. And please don't do it yourself and then go to them after you make a mess of your application and then get upset, because I'm telling you to go before. Let them do the application for you. Pay them up front. Let them do the application for you so you don't have to pay a whole lot of money later on. Love you guys and talk to you later. Have a good one.